There was a lot of damaging information that came out in yesterday's release of the whistleblower complaint. One particularly spicy part was the fact that conversations like Trump had with the Ukrainian president were apparently put not in the traditional place where they're kept, but instead a more secure private server. Now that of course is ironic considering how much he attacked Hillary Clinton for her private server. So when it comes to the president's greatest defenders, Fox and Friends, they have to cover this news, but they also have to play a game. How much can we talk about this without saying the word server? Let's watch.
This was an indirect account.
Right.
And when you talk about a cover-up, this was put into a place which was cybersecurity secured for extra
a
special computer which was password secured, and you could thoroughly understand the administration wanting to guard against interaction that are important for national security, because the Mexican the exchange, that private phone call was leaked. The Australian private phone call was leaked. There was an editorial written in the New York Times. We still don't know the author of it, anonymous, talked about how bad and chaotic things are behind the scenes. They still don't know who they can trust and who they can't trust.
Keep in mind, the president, there were so many leakers in the beginning of the administration. The president was probably saying, look, something's leaked. I need to file this in a classified repository.
Right, and they started to tighten the security around it, but according to the document that was released yesterday, this is not where they normally put things since then. This was extraordinary, and that's why the cover of the New York Times says complaint asserts a White House cover-up. I mean, this is serious. That's it.
Now, just briefly acknowledge that this is Ducey, again, being the only one on that show being willing to admit that this could potentially be a big story. So a little bit of credit to Ducey there.
I just imagine like they even go to like Denny's or something, and they can't even call their server their server. Could we have the person who is selling me food here?
Yeah,
please.
Person with the tray.
Yes.
Yeah. So really fast, we had a place that was cybersecurity secured, special computers, computer which was password secured, and a classified repository.
Ew. First of all, those are extremely uncomfortable to insert.
This whole section has become uncomfortable. But yeah, like just say it was a server. That's literally what it is.
They're so afraid of server. By their own behavior, they have made server off limits, even though that's absolutely what it is.
Now, to the substance of what they were saying, to the extent that there was substance, and for once it wasn't about pancakes, as we showed on the show yesterday. So he says that it was all secondhand accounts from the whistleblower. My little pet peeve over the last 48 hours has been how much Trump's defenders, Trump himself, the White House, right-wing media, senators on the right, have been attacking the whistleblower's credibility as if Trump hasn't already admitted to all of this and released a transcript, the fake, it's not actually a transcript, but a memo of what was in there that already confirms all of what we were worried about. I don't care if it turns out that the whistleblower is a serial killer. They've already admitted to everything important that the whistleblower said.
Yeah, and the only thing remaining to uncover is what else is on the server. What else is there? What else are they putting?
What does that word mean?
Server.
It's a repository.
It's the annals of repository. But yeah, that's it. We have the crime. We have the crime. He did the crime. We know it's the crime. He said, "Here is proof of my crime." Period. Done. Anyone who says otherwise is my pet peeve is people. Someone went on, like, I think it was Cuomo last night, and was like, there are many lawyers who are saying that this behavior is not illegal. It's like, listen, everyone who murdered someone who did it is represented by a lawyer who says they didn't.
That's the system.
That's it. That's it. There are lawyers. Are you telling me lawyers for money will say they believe something? That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
or
the
out
whole
of a
job.
sense, best case scenario, out of a sense of duty to. That's how the system's supposed to work. You get to have a defender.
My other pet peeve about it is like there was a Washington Post said how one man single-handedly brought about impeachment. It's like no, he is referencing all the folks who came to him or her and said, hey, by the way, this is bad. Because he's talking about a lot of folks. And if you think that's not credible enough, your president isn't even as explicit as this whistleblower's report is, because he's always like, well, a lot of people are saying this, a lot of people. The difference between the way Trump says a lot of people and the way the whistleblower says a lot of people is like the whistleblower has a lot of people.
Yeah, and isn't just inventing them. Yeah, and credit to Fox and Friends for trying their, well, they just had to secure it because other calls like with Mexico and Australia, those were embarrassing and they were leaked. Okay, that's entirely true. I would say stop being incredibly embarrassing on phone calls, but there's nothing in that transcription of the call that was personally embarrassing towards Trump. It's only the legal implications, which is why not only did they end up hiding it away, but also initially it was revealed. And by the way, they've admitted that they did that. They put it on the server. They've admitted that. When the phone call first happened, it's normally immediately electronically distributed to everyone who needs to have access to it. They didn't do that. They printed out hard copies only and hand delivered them. And that's an extraordinary response, not just to protect his ego because he said something wrong.
Yes, because they know what he does is illegal all the time. Exactly. And then also in the whistleblower report, one of my favorite moments is the guy who runs the server that kind of protects it for national security reasons, the one who has a server that is just meant to protect national security sensitive material. When they said we're gonna put this phone call on your server, he was like, no,
yeah, that's not what
that's not it. It's like when Daryl and the warehouse people catch Michael trying to use the bailer to it's like, no, this is not for you. This is not for your little fun personal project. This is a very real mechanism by which to keep people safe.
And technically, it's a crushing repository. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.